was standing in the way of a Nets dynasty?
Fellas, if y'all have not learned by now, your boy believes in the rules of threes, particularly for television. So I have 3 reasons. I got health, I got chemistry, I got ego. Ego, chemistry, health. Those are the things standing in the way of a Nets dynasty. Obviously, we know about health. Harden, he was hurt last year. KD, he was hurt last year. Kyrie, he got hurt in the playoffs. They collectively only played 14 games together, playoffs included. Chemistry. Because of the lack of health, there is a lack of chemistry. If you do not get to play together, then you do not fully get to gel or mesh together. But I think the most important is ego. And now you might be thinking, Acho, what you talking about, big dog? We ain't seen no ego issues last year. Well, sure, because we didn't see them play together last year. If Kyrie would have fully been healthy, so I'm not sure KD hits that turnaround fadeaway in Game 7 with his foot on the line, because Kyrie may have taken the shot. If Kyrie and Harden were fully healthy, I don't know that KD drops 49, 17 and 10, because Harden and Kyrie would have taken shots. So now KD's thinking to himself, man, I could have done it, but Kyrie, you gonna do it. So if you do it, you better do it right. Kyrie, you better not take the game-winning shot and miss, because KD knows if I take the game-winning shot, I'm going to make it. Health, chemistry, ego. I got those as the 3 primary reasons why the Nets will not become a dynasty.
I'm going to go with the rule of 3, too. And I'm going to go with Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Drew Holiday. If you're asking what stands in the way of the Nets dynasty, it's the Milwaukee Bucks and what they put together. When I look at the group that they have, the overall, the roster that they have, and their, I'm not going to say big 3, but their core, that core complements itself better than the Nets core. Here's the real truth of it, is that, one, the Bucks are capable of playing 2 different ways. They've got size, and they can play small with Giannis as their big. Or they can put Brook Lopez on the floor. Bobby Portis is coming back. They can play a multitude of ways. The Nets can only play one way. They play small ball. And they're obviously going to continue in that direction, because rather than adding a big to that roster, they went and got Patty Mills. Go figure. We're just going to go all small ball. But here's the thing. Kyrie Irving is a luxury, not a necessity. I love the pairing of KD and James Harden. I think that has championship, maybe even dynastic capabilities. But Kyrie Irving is an addition that doesn't add anything. It only doubles down on what you already have. If instead of Kyrie, it was DeAndre Ayton or Bam Adebayo or even John Collins as their 3rd best player, I would feel completely different about this Nets team, ability to win a championship and win multiple ones. But until I see them move Kyrie Irving, if and when they move Kyrie Irving, in order to change that core dynamic, to me, the Bucks core remains better, as does the overall balance of that team.
Man. It's time to fight, y'all, because the only thing standing in the way of a Nets dynasty is health and a heartbeat, and that's pretty much saying the same thing. It's not about a rule of 3, guys. If you really want to go a rule of 3, there's only one big 3 in this conversation, and it's not the Bucks. It is the Brooklyn Nets and their big 3 of KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. I want to remind y'all, and y'all need to be grateful for KD and his services, not only for the Brooklyn Nets because of the injuries to Harden and Kyrie, and he still was just one big toe away from beating the Bucks, but because he also saved our country. Yep, KD went out there and won the gold damn near by himself. Now imagine KD, who has just saved our country and saved us from the rest of the world, and now we have basketball world dominance again for at least the next 4 years. Imagine if KD was on a team where there were 2 other guys that were healthy, that were almost as good as he was. Imagine if that wasn't just on the global stage. It was actually in the NBA. Whoa, would that team do something? Yes, they would, because Acho brought it up. They only played 14 games together. They were 11-3. He didn't mention the record. But I just want to extract what that record will look like in the 82-game schedule. That's a 64-plus win team right there. Okay, but y'all want to use that against them because of injury. I get it. But it's kind of funny that a team that only had their big 3 together for 14 games ended up with the 4th best record in the league and the 2nd best record in the West. Okay, let's not go that far, Marcellus. Let's just talk about them and the Bucks. Let's not talk about them going with every other team, those regular season teams. Okay, let's go into that Bucks series, shall we? Fully healthy, tip-off, boom. Harden goes down before you blink. Who won that game? Yep, not the Bucks. Brooklyn Nets by 8. Okay, they come back next game. Harden got one leg. Kyrie's still out there. How much they win that game by? 39 points. Good Lord. Now we go to Milwaukee. Kyrie gets hurt. How much they lose that game by? Just 3 points. I'm trying to show y'all this was a game that went to overtime in a game 7 and was a big toe away, and they didn't even have their other 2 dudes at full capacity. It's a wrap in the East. I'm only saying the East because I'm trying to respect the West, what the Lakers are trying to do, what my Clippers can do. But damn it, it's a wrap if these guys can keep their health. And certainly they're going to have a heartbeat.
Marcellus, I knew you were going to start talking about KD's toes again. That is history.
Hey, you said Marcellus got a foot fetish?
Bucks.
Ryan up here, he got a foot fetish? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Sexy.
I don't know what it is. Whatever the attraction is to the size of his feet and touching the line, and that was the entire difference.
That was it.
And you may be right, but sometimes there are moments in history, there are moments in sports where an event happens and one team goes in one direction and the other team goes in the other. We've seen it multiple times. The Blazers and the Lakers with the dunk from Shaq in the comeback. The Blazers were on the precipice of potentially being a dynasty. And what happened? It was the Lakers instead. This is the same instance because the Milwaukee Bucks are not the same team that started that series. They're not the same team that finished that series. They now have the collective knowledge, confidence, and understanding of what it takes to win a championship that they did not have at that time. The Giannis Antetokounmpo that we saw at the end of the Suns series was not the same Giannis Antetokounmpo that we saw even at the end of the Nets series. I know that Giannis can guard KD. If anybody can, Giannis can. Kevin Durant can't guard Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I'm still going to look at that Nets roster and say, who is there that can handle the Giannis Antetokounmpo that I saw at the end of the Suns series?
Nobody.
That is the difference.
Nobody.
And by the way, if we're talking again. Health, the difference between the 3 Nets and their health, you said they didn't play together. Yeah, there's a reason they didn't play together. Because they're all have a history of breaking down. It's not because it was extraordinary.
True.
Meanwhile, you have a Bucks trio that has a history of staying healthy and composed. And let's just go to the chemistry of it. If I look at the Bucks, are there any issues between those 3? Is there any concern that Chris Middleton is suddenly going to go off the reservation? And not to go down another rabbit hole, but your whole thing about Team USA and KD, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't turn the corner until a Mr. Drew Holiday showed up. KD was there from the very beginning in losing to Nigeria and Australia. So don't give me that this was all KD all the time and getting that done.
Here the thing.
I digressed, and I apologize, but you took me there.
Nah, Slick, I'm glad you went there. The last thing I'm going to say in regards to this matter is very simple. The last time we checked in the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo was the best player in the league. The last time we checked.
No, that's not true.
The time we checked before that, it was KD.
Nope.
But the very last time we checked, Marcellus, when Giannis dropped 50 points to close out the series, Giannis Antetokounmpo was the best player in the league. And dynasties, like I said, Slick, they have to go through the best player. They have to.
I don't even have Nigerian blood, and I know that.
They have to go through the best player.
All have Nigerian.
Magic had to go through him. Bird had to go through him. Jordan had to go through him. Kobe Shaq had to go through them. LeBron had to go through them. Then Steph, LeBron, KD-ish had to go through them. The last time...
Speak it, Acho.
Last time we checked, Giannis was the best player, Sel. So maybe you ain't checked the last time, but when you go back and recheck, Giannis is the best player. Dynasties go through the best players. Dynasty has to go through Giannis. They ain't going through nobody's little Nets.
Oh, my God.
Marcellus is still stuck in that second-round series.
Bruh, he's still stuck. That's the last time he watched, Slick. After that, him and his wife went on vacation, I guess. They never came back.
Damn right, because we knew that this was rigged. It was over because they were hurt. But the best team didn't win. Look, they went head-to-head. They went head-to-head. Who looked better? Who played better? Thank
Bucks.
you. Stop it.
won.
No. Best player. Now, don't try to shift this conversation again. Who? And then that same player that you trying to pump up and prop up said, no, he's better than me. He said, he's better than me. What are y'all trying to do here? So go through the best player? Yeah, go through the Brooklyn Nets. Let's do this. All right, I'm not getting into TV right now. I'm not getting into the theatrics. I'm going to talk to my homies.
Talk to us.
If Brooklyn stayed healthy, would they have won that series, yes or no?
One's led to assume so, but I can't guarantee. One's led to assume.
That's where I start my take.
No, I'll go there. I'll go there. Yes, they would have.
Okay. Thank you.
If they were completely healthy, they would have won that series.
Thank you. And we having a whole
But it's not the same Bucks team. It's not the same Milwaukee team.
And it won't be the
There's a
same Brooklyn
distinction.
team because they will play more than 14 games together next year.
Maybe.
Y'all in trouble
Maybe.
when they get together and do this. Y'all ever used to watch cartoons, Super Friends, Voltron, you know those things, Wonder Twins, like they all scattered around and you think you just gonna have a one-on-one battle. Y'all just got suckered thinking y'all gonna fight KD. KD gonna say activate. And you gonna see James Harden healthy next year. You're going to see Kyrie coming in next year. It's going to be like the orange line and the yellow line and the blue. I'm too old for y'all.